What's the vibe? It's your boy Zebo. I'm back with another video. This video, I picked out 6 fragrances from my collection, all Latafa fragrances. All 6 come from Burlington. Starting point was, price point was starting at like 15 bucks, 16 bucks. The highest maybe around 35 bucks. So it is a very affordable range. Some of these will be, considered as the lower end of Latafa fragrances. However, the quality, the juice, the whole presentation was, pretty good. Now, the thing with these fragrances, I also have full videos on these fragrances. So if you want to, you see something you like, just pull up my video, tap into it, and see, what's to the video. You'll get more of an in-depth look into the fragrance. I'm just pulling these out because these are some of the ones that have either fell through the cracks in my collection, or I really think that these are great fragrances and just haven't had the time to speak on them. So the first one that I would like to kind of tap into is Latafa Ra'ed Luxe. And this is the blue bottle, not the gray bottle. This is an absolute beast in my opinion. I love this fragrance. It's not one of Latafa's longer lasting, most potent and just one of those real loud fragrances. It's not that. This is a very, it does project well. It does its thing. This thing really, it projects. Longevity is a good 6 hours, maybe a little bit more on clothes. It definitely will get you about, 8 hours on clothes. But the smell, man, this is a beautiful fragrance. I love this. This is probably one of my better fragrances from Latafa. And I love it. I don't talk about it as much as I should, but very beautiful. Now, the thing about this is it may not be for everybody. It may not be for everybody. And the reason why I say that, man, that's beautiful. The reason why I say that is because it's very fruit heavy. So on the top, you got watermelon and pineapple. That's on the top. And that is like the cream of the crop with this fragrance. Like that is what this fragrance is, kind of like based on that top note. It transitioned down into some more floral aspects, lavender, sage, saffron. It kind of goes into the floral, but again, the fruit is what is like the theme of this fragrance. So you're definitely gonna get that juicy watermelon, pineapple mixed in with the fruit. Then in the base, it gets a little more of the woody, vanilla, musk, and it also has some strawberry, juicy strawberry in there to add into the fruits. So we got some chestnut in there as well, but this thing is blended well. It is a mixture of fruits, florals, and a little bit of wood. Plus you got a little nutty aspect in there with the chestnut, which gives it still a bit of earthy, nutty kind of vibe to it. But one of my favorites, and it's not too fruity, and it's not a sweet fragrance, but definitely one that is slept on and under the radar. A lot of people talk about the gray one. I chose this one. I did see the gray one, but this one, after I got this one, I felt like I didn't need to tap into anything else as far as with this line. Beautiful fragrance. Glad that I added it to my collection. And I would like to rate that from, 0 to 10. 10 being the highest, 0 being the lowest. I'm gonna go with In my opinion, I'm gonna go with like a 7. I'll get at a 7. So we're gonna go into the next one that I want to talk about is Latafa's Pizza. Let me see that joint Pizza. It's a pretty heavy joint, man. This pretty heavy. Now the thing about this fragrance is, it also came from Burlington. Very nice, man. This thing is very nice. I will say that. Very nice. It's very light, in my opinion, in its opening, and that's due to the heavy citrus in the top notes. You got mandarin, you got lemon, and you got bergamot. Those are the top notes. Now you see why this thing is very citrusy, very fresh, very light, very, just very vibrant and open in its beginning stages. It doesn't really too much transition like deep into like the bass notes, because the middle is just cedar. That's just the middle note. So you can imagine the middle, and pretty much because that cedar is it's not thick, it's not strong, it's not pronounced. It's just a transition, but it's still very citrusy, transitioning down into the bass. Now, your base of this fragrance is sandalwood and amber. I'm not really getting any of that. However, it does get just a tad bit thicker. This is a very citrusy fragrance. This is a very light, airy type of vibrant joint. This thing, in my opinion, spring, summer. I can't see it in the winter because those cold days will kind of like eat this thing alive. It's just too crisp. It's just too citrusy to even maintain any type of weight during, the fall and winter months. Because it is so light, I would give this maybe about a good 4 to 5 hours. A good 4 to 5 hours. Even if you sprayed this heavy on your clothes, heavy on your body, it's just too light to maintain some type of solid, thick, just awareness on your body. It's just kind of light. It's a good vibe for the summer, spring, but don't expect it to last all day. Smell alone, I would give it maybe about a good 5.5, just on, scent profile and longevity and projection, because it's just a tad bit too light for me. So we're gonna jump into the next fragrance, and this is Hayati Fursan. This is untamed. This, I had extremely high hopes for this fragrance, but it definitely disappointed when I first got it. I will say this about this fragrance though. As you can see, it is almost empty. It is almost empty because I decant this out, and a lot of people at my job love this fragrance, and they keep buying it, and I keep selling it. So I definitely get rid of this. It's not one that I wear. However, that's just to say my taste is clearly, because of the way that the juices is gone in this fragrance and the way that it's a high demand, people love it. So I can't really knock it. All I can say is, for me, it doesn't do what it should do. I'm not a fan of it. I definitely don't see what all the hype is. However, I will say this. People do find this fragrance very, very attractive. People love this fragrance. People desire it. They want it. They get it. So I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to say that it's trash or that it's not deserving of the attention that it get. it's just not for me. So it's heavy cinnamon, mandarin, nutmeg in the top. That could be it for me. It could be, you know, the heavy, kind of nutty kind of vibe in the top. Then it transitioned into some caramel, lavender, clear sage, geranium, switching into some amber, cedarwood, alabama. It's just a mixture of a bunch of different things that ain't really grabbing me. Even when it's blended together, it's just not a fragrance that I really find appealing. It's not one of Latafa's better fragrances to me and my nose as far as my taste. It's obvious though that people love this fragrance. It's very obvious. Again, the juice do not lie. This thing is, look at this. Look at this. Right here. So, I mean, it does what it does. It does what it does. Just not for me. We're going to jump into this next one. And this is a fragrance that like, it came out with a buzz. I seen when it first came out, like back-to-back videos. Everybody had great words about it. Like, it was one of Latafa's biggest hype fragrances. And this fragrance is Suqraat. Suqraat. And again, you know this is a dupe of something, but to me, it's decent. I'm not gonna take nothing from it. It's decent. I'm not gonna take nothing from it. Scent profile is decent. I like it. I like it. I mean, it smells good. This and these last three, the last three are all kind of like along the lines of not the same scent profile, but like style. This is another spring and summer fragrance. It's very, very kind of like the last two. Light, very citrusy in its opening. It has that bergamot and ginger in the top. Middle notes, a little bit floral. You got some lavender. You got some violet leaf. Base notes, you got musk, amber, sandalwood. This is not a very complex fragrance. However, the floral and the citrus, even just a little tinge of the ginger, it's still kind of light. It's still more so fresh, vibrant, summer, spring type of vibe. So I definitely could see this being warm during the more warmer months, and that's where it probably will perform a lot better. Can't see it during the winter. Like, it's just not strong enough. It's not gonna hold any type of weight during those summer months, those winter months. It just can't. It's not built for that. This is one of those bright sunny day fragrances. You know, where you got your t-shirt on or something, a nice little clean little button up. It's more along those lines. This, because of, you know, the composition of the notes and the way that it smells and how it appears to perform, it's not going to be hell of a projector. Don't expect that. Don't expect that. The times that I've worn this, I've actually felt like it really wasn't on me. It just didn't feel like, you know, I wasn't smelling it. Initially, you smell it when you put it on, but it fades away fast and doesn't, you know, maintain any type of foundation on you. Like, this thing, it don't perform well. Longevity, this thing probably 4 hours. On clothes, I can't even see it. I made out 4 or 5 hours on clothes. Just not a real good performer. I think it's more so just a nice smell. It's a beautiful smell. The hype behind it though, I think it just was too much. It had a big hype behind it. Like people, and I think that's mainly because it smelled like it was supposed to be, it smelled like what it was supposed to be cloning. So we're gonna jump into this next joint. Let me move these out the way just a tad bit. We're gonna jump into this next joint, and this is Latafa's Hayati Black. Now, this joint had a lot of traction behind it. Of course, you know, there's a white and a blue one as well. But this one, when it hit the stores, it had a really nice hype behind it. A lot of people were pushing, you know, this one in the direction of being probably one of Latafa's, you know, heavy hitters. And then it just fell off the map. It really did. Like the notoriety, a lot of people were checking in for it. It was something big when it first came out. It was something big. People were bigging this thing up. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. This is probably, and I say probably, one of Latafa's most underrated fragrances now. At the time, it wasn't. At the time, it was not. At the time, a lot of people, and you can see how much of this, we down here with it. I use this. But at the time, a lot of, this was really hyped. It really was. It had got a lot of attention. And then it fell off the map because, you know, Latafa is always putting out something new. And for some reason, people have the tendency to hype anything that comes into Burlington with the Latafa name. Anything. You can watch videos, and I'm not knocking anybody, but I'm just speaking the truth, and I'm just speaking on what's real. You can watch a video, and it will be a new Latafa fragrance that hit the rack store, and there will be tons and tons and tons of videos about this fragrance. And I will be honest, none of them people bring those fragrances home and actually tell you what it smells like. I'm just being real. You'll have some people that'll stand up in Burlington and start rattling off some notes off of memory. And they'll tell you what, you know, the notes are off memory. And then continue to give you a rating and tell you need to pick this up and put it in your collection, yet they haven't even picked it up and put it in their collection. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. All you got to do is click on some of the videos. You will see. You will see. And the only reason why I'm speaking on this, because I have been sold on fragrances that didn't make the cut, didn't turn out to be what was said. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I actually started this channel. You know, I visit those stores and I bring fragrances back. I don't care if it's Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross, Burlington. Like, I hit these stores. If I see fragrances, I'm bringing them back. Rarely do you see me do a walkthrough without grabbing a fragrance. Rarely. In fact, I don't even try to do walkthroughs. But this fragrance, definitely one that I truly love because I love that green apple and bergamot in the opening. That is fire to me. That maintains its character throughout the fragrance, kind of drops into some cinnamon, which, you know, give it a little sweetness. Some woody notes in there. We got some musk and some vanilla, but the main theme of this fragrance is the apple. The green apple is the core to this fragrance, and I love it. It's not one of those fragrances that stipulates green apple, but does not have that green apple. And it gives it a little bit of like, have you ever smelled like the Suave body wash, the green apple Suave body wash? It kind of give me that vibe. Like when I smell it, that's kind of like what pops up into my mind a little bit. The Suave green apple body wash and shower gel, shampoo. Beautiful, man, this thing is beautiful. This is one of my favorite Latafa fragrances, even though it's like a older fragrance. And I kind of try to, you know, tap into the older fragrances because I believe that that's when Latafa really was hungry and they was, you know, doing their thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into, because I don't want to hold y'all too long, and this video is starting to get longer and longer, but we're going to jump into the last fragrance. Oh, I almost forgot. Longevity, good 6 hours. Projection, pretty good. Decent. I love it. We're going to jump into this next fragrance. Hayati Gold Elixir. Yeah. So this one, again, another sleeper. Another sleeper. It's a beautiful fragrance. This is one that is definitely unisex. However, a lot of people feel like this is a feminine fragrance, and I believe they feel like that strictly because of the way that it looks. Like it looks feminine. That's, you know, what I get from, you know, what people feel about this. But to me, in my opinion, this smells like a JPG or Rabanne fragrance. It smells like it could be in those houses because it has that sweetness to it. So in the top, you got some bergamot, grapefruit, and you got some peach in there. You got saffron in there. You got vanilla, amber, musk, vetiver. It's just a nice, smooth, sweet, sexy fragrance. Beautiful. One of the ones that I really love. Yeah. Put this joint on skin. Definitely want to have this on skin. Overlooked fragrance. Overlooked. The only people that's really that's like tapping into this, that I have seen tapping into it, is, you know, women. And that could be because a lot of the men that I've seen review that said that it leans feminine. But to me, in my opinion, it smells along the lines of any of the JPGs or the Rabannes, because it has that kind of vibe to it. It could definitely fill up one of those bottles and sell as a designer fragrance. But yeah, I would give this one, I would give it a 6. Longevity on that, good 6 hours. Projection, fairly decent. Beautiful fragrance. And it's one of them ones. Well, look, those are the 6 fragrances that I wanted to bring to you. I never really got into these fragrances too much on the channel, but I definitely wanted to tap into them. And hey, I got some more lists, some more fragrances that I want to bring to the channel and kind of like talk about them with y'all. So I'm going to get up out of here, let y'all go. I don't want to hold y'all too long. But yeah, quick ranking. Let's see. Start from bottom. Next to the bottom, so that's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's your boy Z-Bo. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thanks for watching. Much love. Continue to support the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. hit your boy, jump in the comment if you got any of these. Let me know what you think about them, how you feel about them. Jump in there and chop it up. Tell me what you think, man. I'm going to get up out of here. Peace.